The story of magic fish and ghost fish. In Haojiang, we sometimes hear many anecdotes about the big fish in Kai River, Haojiang. In Kai Tak Canal, Kantho, there is a pair of unusually large flagfish. Sometimes when the fish floats, the big flag sticks up quite high, ky equals flag. Wherever the fish goes, the flag moves through the water like a wave. Moments later, the fish disappeared. People believe that fish in caves outside the Kai River, if they appear, bring bad omen to the people. The reason for that superstition is because since ancient times, people have rumored that rivers and canals are areas controlled by Ha Ba, also known as Ha Ba. Like governing the sea. Is the fish that is larger than average a soldier of Ha Ba? Anyone who touches or kills a fish offends a hidden person. The pair of fish caught in Kai Tak surfaced, coincidentally, while the father and his son had just thrown their net. The pair of fish stuck in the fisherman's mouth, moved and ran away. When he lost his temper, he told his son, "Hold the net, tie it to the boat." So the pair of fish pulled the net and the boat. People on both banks stood and watched. Surprised. The fish was so strong that it pulled the boat into the waves. The old fisherman called for help. Someone came up with the idea, cut the rope. Don't regret the fishing rod that brings disaster. He did as he was told. The two fish dived to the bottom of the river and disappeared. Later, this pair of fish was shot. According to rumors, both had gold rings and beads in their stomachs, proving that they had eaten people. In Kantho, there are other anecdotes about ghost fish. An old man kept two fish cellars, one for fish, one for white catfish. Being a rich man, he let the fish live for many years. The bigger the fish, the more valuable they were sold. Near these two ponds, for a long time people in the neighborhood brought their relatives to bury them because the land was empty and belonged to public fields. 5 or 10 years later, the old man's family encountered many disasters in succession. His wife died, his children were sick. Late at night, it was quiet and the fish pond was full of flickering ghostly figures, accompanied by howling sounds. A geography teacher passed by, looked closely at the two fish ponds and catfish, then shook his head. The fish have become ghosts. Should sell urgently. Drive the fish to the place, accept the price, and the homeowner sells it at a cheap price. The next day, the homeowner let 4 friends water him. Strangely enough, when the water was almost dry in the pond, all the fish disappeared. The fisherman said, "So the homeowner deceived me to get the deposit." The homeowner argued, "Yesterday, the pond was full of fish. I catch up for what? How can I catch hundreds of fish when the water is still floating in the pond? If you're lucky, I'll take it. I also suffered losses like you." A few elders heard the strange story and came to the place and came up with an idea. The homeowner lit incense and prayed to the hidden person, perhaps the fish returned. The next night, the fish returned to fill the pond. The homeowner and the driver were extremely happy. The fish got off the boat, but when it left the wharf, everyone shouted, "The fish disappeared." There was another question between the homeowner and the driver. Burning incense and praying doesn't bring any results. The homeowner had to slap the catfish pond to compensate the driver who came to buy. The catfish. The story of "ghost fish" was spread from there. Pangasius fish, bassfish, and barfish are all species from the Kai River. flooding down from Tonle Sap Lake, Sao Mien. Because we Vietnamese live far away, we have not met the fish in Tonle Sap Lake. The 3 types mentioned above are very large, if they live for a long time. We would like to give some numbers. Pangasius, length from 6 inches to 8 inches, height 2 inches, width 3.5 or 3 inches. Catfish are larger than Pangasius, with a maximum length of 2 meters, an average of 1 meter 2 or 1 meter 3. The fish is from 1 meter 8 to 2 meters long. When it is small, its tail and scales are pink, and after many years it changes to black. For people in Tonle Sap, it is not unusual for the fish to be less than 2 meters long. In our country, some big fish that float down from Tonle Sap Lake or grow large thanks to long-term farming have become a myth, based on the theory that living for a long time becomes a star. From tigers, crocodiles to fish. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.